Ben, the next matchup we have coming up is, of course, going to be Fierce Esports versus Stifmeister. It's that last game of the night on a Halloween spooktacular. Benjamin.
Yeah, so two lineups that you could argue are probably looking to top their groups, although Stifmeister, I believe they're in a position where if they win, they will be guaranteed first seed. Especially as Fierce would be their next nearest rival in that group.
We are delving into it once more into the fray, Ben, for a final time tonight. Train will be the map. And the two teams are going to be kicking this one off. Stifmeister over on the CT side, with the T side being Fierce.
So the pistol coming through. Flashes outside as well as the smoke towards green Train. This is the same pistol we saw Fierce run in the last time we saw them on Train as well. I'm trying to think who were they playing on Train last time. I can't really remember. But I do recall this is the exact same pistol. So if a team had anti-strike them, it would have been quite easy to do so. However, not the case currently.
Oh. Emin get a big tag off, takes down Eccles. Trying to get even more aggressive here. Does actually take that firefight and win it in the end. K-Piers gets the backstab on Soulcast, and it is all up to Astro. He's on the bomb, but he's going to be taken down. But who is this?
Toten G.
Who is Toten G?
He used to write at UK CSGO.
Did he? Oh, it's very cathedral. Oh. Phantom of the Opera. Playing his piano. Oh. Spooky. Follow us on social media, hashtag ESL Prem. Tweet us, let us know what your thoughts on the Biscuit Breakdown are. And if you feel like it was just that Party Rings have won, or if the Jammy Dodgers need to make a return in the Biscuit Off at the Prem Finals. As Ben eats his biscuit. Aggressively chewing, trying his best. They are quite chewy. That's the problem with the Jammy Dodger, is they're definitely the chewier of the biscuits.
Yeah, it takes you a good 25 seconds to get through it, doesn't it?
You really have to just keep chewing.
Because it's surprising. It's just like the jam just sticks to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, your mouth gets stuck. It's like peanut butter. Just gets stuck to the roof of your mouth.
I was thinking like fudge.
Oh yeah, true.
Just sticks to your teeth.
Just keeps your jaw shut. It's not ideal. Cat coming in with another suggestion going for toffee as the likeness. Also quite a sticky substance.
Yeah, very similar.
Now, for Fierce, this is the last time we'll actually see K-Piers play underneath the banner, because officially he has now moved away from the roster.
Yeah, I believe the statement he said was contract is not going to be re-signed, runs out at the end of the month is what he put.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting move, but I suppose with Emin being the caller, it's hard to justify having him there, I feel. Because you could find better players. Like, it's not even meant as like a dig towards keepers, but you know, if you're having someone there who technically was the IGL and then gets moved off of it, it's hard to justify them being on the team. And it's like a similar thing that happened with Rezu when Astro took IGL from him.
Yeah, and you kind of had to make the decision of what do I do now? Because obviously they tried him as being more of a fragger for a little while, but that's not his role.
Yeah.
That's not who he is.
So it's a bit of an awkward one in that regard. So Fierce missing Swaggy in this matchup, isn't it? Swaggy RB. Whereas Stifmeister, so they've made a mid-season transfer. Because Eccles was playing for Fish 123, if you remember.
He was, but he's now moved over to Stifmeister.
So they've just fought the tank at the back of Ivy, and I'd say they've lost that fight.
It seems like it. I mean, you're left now into a 3 versus 3. When you have the rifles, you really shouldn't be dropping that many players. Hector's as well, able to re-aggress off the back of it, Ben. This round still technically isn't decided yet, so... Oh.
That was an awkward battle.
That was weird.
Very awkward battle. You can see Hector. He's looking, trying to see if he can get anywhere near some of those guns that they did, you know, get dropped. Heckle's not really able to get anything. I should be chased down here. That was quite a lunge. That was quite a lunge.
That was great.
That was like the old CSS mod.
He was literally like a train coming towards us, Ben.
Yeah.
He was off the rails.
It was like he'd been hit by a train.
Yeah.
Fully taken away by it.
That was huge.
So the glass cannon orc from Hector's coming through. So I mentioned he was more of a predominant AWPer, but they had the awkward situation where you had Flea wanting to AWP as well. Obviously Astra picks it up on occasion, Link was doing it sometimes as well. And Ardis as well. It was a really awkward situation. The whole roster had people who would on occasion pick up an AWP. Whereas now Hector's picking it up. I'm a fan of this because I think he's a really, really good AWPer. And he just didn't get quite an opportunity in the previous iterations of the lineup. Pop flash into Pop Dog. Unfortunately, Emin not blind. The flash missed. In fact, it bounced off the box. Didn't go through the window. As he meant to break the window first, I believe.
It's been quite an awkward one this far. Very slow round here, really. If they aggress over towards that B site, it is going to be Dom in position. With support of Hector's, he's on the AWP. Glass cannon, though. As they do get ready to try and go for the burst in. In terms of the nades for that T side, it is just double smoke, one Molotov to use for the retake upon their own site, really, to stop someone from winning with a defuse. Soulcast goes down after one frag. Fazan will trade it back. And they're into the 3 versus 4.
They do have a kit on Astro. It's the good thing that they have to their name here. But ultimately, they need to get to that site, and that's going to be a big ask on its own here. Especially with Hector's dropping. That was their presence towards upper. And you can see, look how aggressive Essan's being. Knowledge there to be that aggressive, and then Eccles last man alive. No kit, and you see get that AWP really. But you see they're pressuring, they don't want him to have that. Shouldn't really be possible for him to get to it. And Totem G takes him down. 3-0 start for Fierce.
It's a good lead to initially come into this game with. For Stifmeister as well, going to be pretty broken now for what they actually have to play with. Just a couple of pistols coming out. Eccles going to be there with the flashbang as well. Stifmeister, can they actually get this round going in their favour? They hold the early aggression towards mid, as they will stunt the push by launching out the early flashbangs. The T is going to reposition round though, head over towards the B site. Dom in position. What can the young Soulcast get up to here with a P250 in close range? Shots come through. Fazan and Hype going to take out Link in unison.
He's forced a lot of rotation from his team there, is the scare. So they're willing to just sit on this ramp and take the fight, apparently. It's an interesting call to make. I suppose it's not a bad one, really. It's the equivalent of the same thing that CTs did. They made like a tank with all the players. But you've got the rifles now.
Hype and Fazan take a kill apiece as they entry in towards the bomb site. Pretty simple kills coming across the board now, everyone going down. Eccles going to be the only remaining member for this time being. But they do hunt out, fan around looking for him. Not really going to save too much either, it would just be the CZ armor save. Nothing they can't really afford. Capers won't find him. Ooh. Potential there, but gives up, second guesses and backs off.
Eccles is still trying to look for it though. But Capers, he's long gone. Not really in a position for War Eccles to get the kill. Unless... Keep seeing little hints of him. But it's not in a range where he can actually capitalise at all. Especially with that CZ distance, like damage done at distance being changed, of course. So he did keep his armor though, so that's still $650 kept in the bank that he doesn't have to spend this round. It means he can get a full purchase, so he has the kit, he has every grenade build as well. In the past, this has been one of Fierce's probably best maps in recent memory. And it's currently showing though, you know, Dom finally gets challenged towards B, gets the first kill, and he stopped Hype from pushing up as well. He did a lot of damage with just the Molotov there. But look at this rotate. They actually pulled 4 players across. I always find it a bit awkward when players do that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like... Remember when they changed the... Like, if you went up a ladder, pressing A and D or something...
What, the speed?
Yeah, the speed going up. So they got rid of that, didn't they? but there is still a slightly faster way of doing it.
It depends on sort of where you look.
Yeah, because you look at it going up like that, like diagonally. So doing that, surely you're not fast enough. They would still be able to kill you. When you're doing that, I feel. But I suppose you're trying to bait the shot and then drop in to catch them off, right? But it still feels a bit awkward.
Ooh, Hector's. With the adjustment at least, does take down Emin. But Fierce are in a pretty good position overall. I mean, they've got 4 rounds picked up here, and if they lose this one, which right now Cape is, started to feel himself, got the confidence back as he found those first 2 kills. Wanted to extend out and go for a little bit more, but does get finished off. And that'll be the first round now picked up by Stifmeister. It goes 4-1.
So double up does get saved there as well. Hector's dropped one at Dom's feet. Recovers that one. And that was the big purchase that Stifmeister made into that round. I wouldn't say the double up was what made them win the round, but Hector's getting 3 with his one. Well, obviously was a big player in it. So Emin now picking up the AWP on the T side to actually counteract this. So with Swaggy missing, Swaggy's normally a dedicated AWPer for them. Emin now trying to fill those boots. Not a good start. After that first kill, not really much happening. The AWP is still there though, as Eccles just saw. Shows that they didn't really rely on it this round, but Hector's is being so impactful. I said he was a really good AWPer. He seems very proactive as well. Gets a lot of impact across the entire map.
Ooh. Zan somehow hits that headshot as well. Eliminates Link on the cross. Hector's going to trade it back with the AWP though onto Tutunji. It's just a little bit of an awkward firefight now, really. Trying to get him to force the issue, hoping the over-aggression will come out. Eccles gets one. Astra with the flick down to eliminate Fazan. Stifmeister will pick up a second.
So Hector's with that AWP there. 3 kills again. He's got the dualies out as well. It's been interesting, some players actually occasionally buying that with the AWP typically. There was around the major, I think it was Glaive that bought it. On an eco round though, so like the, not even half buy, but like around where you buy P250 or like a Deagle. He bought it and just double dinked someone from, I think it was on Mirage, from like the double stack concrete all the way to get right, just double dinked someone. Just killed them in like a half a second.
It's pretty rough.
It was pretty crazy because I'm surprised that killed them though. I thought it would do like 45 damage with a headshot. I didn't think it was going to be good enough. But I suppose if you're able to use that double tap,
might as well.
Yeah. It's a lethal one, because people might underestimate you.
Oh, Tutunji can brought down to 30 HP, but still plays with confidence. The spam from Hector's just needed to land a couple of shots there, would have been able to dispatch him, but unfortunately couldn't actually connect it. Capers as well, gets aggressive, finds one frag, but it's just left on him now in a 1 versus 2. 14 HP. A flashbang and a smoke is all he has to his name. And the peak from Dom is that much stronger. Connects the shot, saves the AWP, wins another round for Stifmeister.
And I guess Hector's his preferred buy there for dualies. Even up to get it now as well. I'm struggling to see a way in for Fierce during this game if the double AWP keeps going as it is. Because on the T side, when you're lacking an AWP against a double AWP, and you're not able to work out a strat to get through them, you tend to try and rely on your own AWP getting picks on them. But instead, you know, they don't have their own AWP here. We already saw what happened when Emin tried to challenge it, he lost. So the bomb is down, but the terrorists, they kind of seeing if they can get anything done elsewhere at this point, but realistically, there shouldn't be anybody else near the other side of the map. Astro not even playing anywhere near it, he's playing in Z. And then Eccles holding that CT side rotation as well. So a major split and pick really coming through.
Ooh. Hector's kill found there with the double dink. coming through from those dualies. Eccles as well, going to get the follow-up headshot, takes down Hype, and it all falls back onto Emin. A 1 versus 5, a horrible position to be in.
Oh.
Don't know what was going on there. The timing is awful. Starts to push his way out. This is where Stifmeister should actually equalize the scoreline, and they will, off the back of Hector's spam for the dualies. That'll now take it 4-4.
Yeah, so 3 of the 4 rounds that Stifmeister have won, Hector's has had 3 kills in them each time. 3 kills, 3 kills, 3 kills. Ridiculous impact, really. Fierce go for a buy, full AKs for them. That's an interesting flash. I suppose that's one way of flashing down ladder. Makes a lot of noise on the way down. The question is, do they want to actually challenge this? You can see they're talking about it, but I think they're going to do the double drop down, or not. Just going to be a pop flash round to go down. Gets the kill as well, though. I'm surprised he actually got that. I thought Link would be able to get the drop on him, especially as the flash didn't work. But that is their first opening kill in quite a while. Make that a second though. Dom still towards B. They should recognise the B player has not been killed yet.
Awkward spam there. Soulcat's going to be able to get it. Kills Capers. Fazan with a follow-up, gets the headshot off as well. It was a 2 versus 4, outnumbered majorly into this round and in quite a precarious position. Probably just be the save call now made. Don't want to lose both those orbs. You're not really going to be able to retake it efficiently. It's not worth the risk. And they will go for the full save over by Ivy.
Yeah, not willing to risk that investment they do have into the round. Technically, both players sitting on about 7,000 equipment value. It's technically even more than the T's are currently holding themselves. Not worth it.
Ben, I've got another story here.
I know the story.
It's called The Puppy in the Basement.
Mummy told me never to go into the basement, but I wanted to see what was making that noise. It kind of sounded like a puppy, and I wanted to see the puppy. So I opened the basement door and tiptoed down a bit. I didn't see a puppy, and then Mummy yanked me out of the basement and yelled at me.
Mummy had never yelled at me before, and it made me sad, and I cried. And Mummy told me never to go into the basement again, and she gave me a cookie. That made me feel better, so I didn't ask her why the boy in the basement was making noises like a puppy, or why he had no hands or feet. Ben.
I think that's just more funny. it's just kind of confusing. It feels like one of the things, if there was like a written illustration of it,
Yeah.
it'd be quite, oh, not written, like a drawn illustration.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with it. It'd be quite good, wouldn't it? 'Cause you have the visualization of
Just
her, like,
eating
in the
a
basement,
cookie,
and then
yeah.
just that,
Why he had no
Kids.
hands or feet.
as he makes not like dog noises.
Where are his limbs? Why is the boy a puppy?
Such a weird one.
How many limbless dogs has she seen?
Yeah, she's clearly not concerned about it. She didn't feel like asking the question
Well-
immediately.
I got my cookie. I'm out.
Might go again.
Yeah.
Get cookie.
Every time I go in the basement, I get another cookie.
Therefore, I'm going to keep going in the basement.
Spooky Prem.
This B take's going to be rough, I think. If Dom gets in a good position here, there's no flashes available. So it's going to have to be a massive like triple peek down the ramp. As soon as they peek down the ramp, they have to get across. And Hector's holding it, gets the first one. And Dom can now play the kill on the bomb, if needed. So the other two players are not helping him. He taps it. And he's going to get taken down. There's no cover whatsoever. Very weird from Fierce here.
Oh, Soulcast with a flick. Takes down Fazan. You're left now just a 1 versus 2. Surely there is no chance for Tutanji to win this round. Time ticks away. Oh, he doesn't want to die after time as well. But Hector's knows all he's got to do is hold the angle. Oh! Finds the kill with the Julies, Ben. To round that one out into a hat-trick. 5-5 as this game stays close. Hector's as well, popping off right now. 13-5 overall.
train is an AWP's domain, to be fair. You can see it there with the ADR too. 114. Not much utility damage across the board really. Link the one with Sam, I imagine that's just from a HG grenade that lands correctly. But the money reset did come in against Fierce Esports, and look at this aggression. Hector's, he's tempting it, isn't he? He's thinking about just going all the way around the corner. He's going to go up and go for the peak instead. It's a ridiculous amount of confidence coming out from all players currently on the CT side. It's a bit weird, so most of the T's they bought in somewhat, so some armor on some of them, but they had enough money. So, but Toast and G on the other hand didn't have money for it at all.
Yeah.
So he's just left on a Glock falling around FSAN. It's an awkward round from Stifmeister's point of view because they don't actually have the bomb down on their side. See, if Fierce had the bomb here, you're thinking this is a winnable round. B is free. They could plant for, you know, CT. But instead, they've left it. An awkward 25 seconds incoming, I think.
It's been left very late into the round.
Yeah.
They have no way of recovering the bomb. I mean, you can try and get kills, and Fazan does at least find one, so Astro's been left as a bit of a casualty. They make this one slightly more expensive, and they try and keep it going. 2G as well finds the follow-up flick with the AWP.
There's no time.
If they can save both these weapons, though, Ben, that'd be quite tidy for him. And Soulcast realizes the danger and the severity of the situation. Drops the smoke, tries to just stay alive because he realizes he actually could die here and lose the round.
So he's after time. He actually gets the kill though, but he was risking that pretty easily. So that was a quite expensive round for Stifmeister. It means that, you know, Hector's, he had enough money to get an AWP at least. But otherwise, they're not going to get very good weapon power behind it. Very odd round though. Very odd round. If they had the bomb and they were actually on that A site with it, they kill Astra, they kill Link, plant, and that's probably round over. Oh, what's that nade? Stuck on the I was going to say shelf, but it wasn't really a shelf, was it? It was like just an indent into the wall.
Little server rack.
Yeah. But a rather back and forth game since the initial burst to start it off. Hype inside a Molotov quite a while then. 19 HP. It's a big risk. Especially when they don't have much firepower available to them. They've got 3 AKs and AWP. 2 smokes, 2 flashes. There's not much to it. It's been a common thing in these rounds from Fierce and T side. Not many grenades available to them.
Ooh, Link. Fight to it. Yeah, getting aggressive. Able to just completely decimate there versus Emin. It's a nice way to play it. 2G tries to fight back against. We'll actually find a nice little opener as well with the AWP. Left now to a 3 versus 4. Astro just sitting in position, expecting the push to come towards him. Oh, overcommits there, goes down. Everything starts to just go wrong around them, Ben. It's not looking fantastic. Hector's with a flick of the wrist. We'll get one, but surely this is a round for Fierce, and that should make it 6-6. Very, very close from either side so far.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how that round's actually gone in Fierce's favour. A lot of just... There wasn't an execute of any kind, it was just slowly pushing up on all the angles they were going towards. And then winning the duels, even though the one in T main, sure that'd be a 1-for-1. Link got the first one, he gets traded, fine. But surely there was more pressure towards Ali from the CTs. Like, they must have recognised that. The peak cables. Hector's nearly landed that shot. All tied at 6-6 there. Fierce probably feeling okay about this T side still. Only 6 rounds on the board for the CT side. historically a very CT-sided map as well. Oh, the Stifmeister, they recognise they're on a double eco. So they've fully invested into this. And this grenade will probably destroy Eccles if it double nades. Down to 32.
Not ideal. Left in a horrible
Oh,
position, but Eccles still gets the kill, Ben. Eliminates Emin. Capers has to trade it back onto Dom over towards this B site as the smoke will go down.
The Hector's is already here, so that's really good movement already. He was already on the site, pretty much, as that kill occurred. Big C hype, he's already at the end of alley. And Hector's, he's made the push. And Totoji, it's fortunate he was getting ready just in case there was a player close towards lower. Because if he wasn't ready, I think Hector's probably kills him and the round completely flips.
Ooh, 2NG, keeping it going. Finds the flick around, shuts down Astro. Link will be able to trade it back at least with that CZ. But it's still just a 1 versus 3 into the round, and there should be a 7th picked up for Fierce, especially once Hype finds that. He's able to take down Eccles, gets the adjustment off. Link now going for the backstab, slowly but surely.
Look at this aggression.
Sprinting in there, Fazan just challenging it head on.
It's not like they've got a lot of money either on the C side. And Link should be able to get out there with the AWP, so it's a pretty solid, like, consider it was a double eco force buy. For him to live with an AWP as well, it's not too bad. Question is, what do they do with the AWP? Because Link is pretty decent with it when he does feel it. But the man that might be asking for it might be Hector's. Instead, Link will keep it. Although he is just going to follow Link around.
Yeah, seems like he will just float behind him. It's the classic play, really.
His knife was called From Her.
From her?
Yeah.
Who is she?
I don't know, I feel like that's a detective move.
Potentially.
Probably shouldn't make.
Look into it for the next broadcast. We doxed him.
Yeah, it's a good Hector's shot him back. But the bomb has been found by Astra. He's actually found outside of Team Main here. This is an awkward situation again, so Fierce. You know, they technically should have won around where if they had the bomb they would have, you know, got that bomb planted way early, but Capers, he has seen Astra and unfortunately gets the kill. But he still seems not very concerned though. If Astro's there, surely he's run past the bomb. And there could be other CTs there as well. Surely that's the thought process. Oh. Now it is. No, it was just a mind game, apparently.
Cool. Capers gets that kill, shuts down Dom. 8-6. We're looking like potentially a 9-6 half here if it carries on in this manner, with Fierce being very dominant so far. Astro switches it up as well. 4 kills to his name, he decides to invest into the AUG. AUG Whiteout, it looks like, Ben.
AUG Whiteout. A P250 Whiteout. Quite a nice skin.
Collection.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, if you can get a crystal clean one.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think the factory new ones sell for a lot of money. Because they're very rare.
Jesus, spam through the wall. 95. Oh, no. It's very rare you see that spam into effect above top. On the other side of the map, Hype was able to get that entry goal onto Astra, who did have that AUG as you mentioned. So not able to get that into effect immediately. And not at all for him in this game unless it was to go into overtime. That's the only other way he'd get back on CT. Stifmeister staring at a potential 9-6 in favour of Fierce at this rate. Dom's basically playing retake towards B right now. Stifmeister needs to make a move with some kind of information play. So the longer you leave Dom on his own towards B with nobody else there and he's playing retake, when you have no kit, the less chance you are to win this round, I feel. And they actually boosted, and he was being spotted when he was checking on that ladder. And they've made the call immediately from that. So now comes the situation which I mentioned. You go playing retake with no kit, not many grenades, and it's a 5-man versus 4 retake on the B site. Expecting a lot of things to go right in their favour here.
Ooh, Fazan with a peek out, no success whatsoever, and it falls down to a 3 versus 3. However, it's already a 2v2. As this game is very back and forth. Eccles on the aggression, kills Tutanji, and it's up to Emin to save it. The IGL, does he have the brawn for this one as the push will come in close? Hector's with a USP of all weapons, jumps on a bomb as well.
I think it's a tier end.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't got it. That's rough.
That's
Oh.
ever so close, but consider how ridiculous that was from Fierce, though. The amount of facing that they were doing, thinking this round's probably won anyway.
Yeah, nearly throwing it away by just being so overconfident in themselves.
Yeah. It's like a speakeasy.
Back to the light spook. Medium spook.
Pacing spook, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, if this was playing in real life when you were walking somewhere,
I'd be concerned.
you'd be quite scared, wouldn't you? You'd be quite spooked. So we've got a final story, Ben.
I thought you were going to say fan mail.
we've got some fan mail here from Laza. It's just pictures of his biceps.
Oh, why is he doing this all the time?
He's dressed one of his biceps up as the devil.
And the other one as an angel.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know what he's doing.
Quite odd. Yeah.
Those endpoint players.
Yeah, Mr. Hinkle, Laza. Crazy.
Gamers, aren't they?
But the B rush into effect here. They're running straight across towards lower. I feel like the Molotov should have come in a lot sooner. And they've actually put it out immediately as well, so they're planning to fight this straight up.
Fierce, looking pretty good into this round as well, Ben. I mean, they're dominating right now when it comes down to actually finding the initial frags and the combat. Link and Co. attempting to defend themselves. Astro will get one. Link with the counter response as well. Gets up close and personal. Spams down a few bullets in towards Hype. Fazan will trade it back as he eliminates Link. And it is all on Astro and Eccles now. Things not looking too fantastic for them.
Ooh.
Oh, the one-on-one.
Both players playing around each other. But there's no kit in play for Fsan. This is round over. He's got to try and save. And Eccles will do the same.
Wow. So Eccles has won it, Ben. That round going to be going over to Stifmeister, as it will go 9-7. That's a big start. They can actually try and use this as a knock-on effect now as well to get themselves in a pretty tidy position from that round.
Yeah, so Fsan's another player who seems to do quite well on train whenever we've seen him as well. On the T side, if you remember, when I believe he got subbed out because he was lacking, or was it the other way around? He got subbed in and then he was a big impact player. It was one of the
I think so, yeah.
Oh, Astro's not having fun with these scoped rifles. He had the SG that time. And a
Hype's got a taser kill.
He's been tased.
Don't tase me, bro. How shocking, Ben. 3 versus 3. Push going to be coming around. Fazan gets a follow-up frag. And it is now just a 2-on-2. Solcast and Eccles here. The last 2 remaining men on that T side. Attempting to gain the map control. Emin with the backstab. Timing is everything, but he whips it. Oh.
If she lands that, they probably do win this round due to how low Dom already is. But Capers, they're planning to switch gun though. It looks like they're planning to switch gun. Eccles did that little, kind of like the nod.
Yeah.
But instead, Capers walked into them. And Stifmeister, they get bailed out there, I feel. They probably didn't deserve to win that round. Very costly one at that.
So Astro, buying the Org, buying the Krieg as well. He gets that Krieg dropped over to him, so he doesn't have to worry about reinvesting.
Economics.
Mathematics.
Hydromatic.
Gamers.
Grease lightning. So Fierce have actually gone for the buy-in there. 5 M4s. Not a lot of utility, but Tosunji actually takes the hit himself. He goes for that kit. So even if this were to turn into a post plant, they do have quite a decent chance of winning it just because of that kit.
Very early burst of shots coming through from either side here. Trying to see if they can get this one going for themselves.
So you can see the rotate from Hype there. He was originally going towards that CT sort of area, but instead comes back, still playing towards alley. The Stifmeister are going to be going towards the B site. Push should be coming in now with the flashes. But there's already going to be 3 players in towards B here by the time they're in. They're actually just walking in. So Hector gets the kill over the one-way smoke, but they're walking all the way towards lower. Totenji gets one, but he doesn't expect another. It's a good kills find.
Oh, Capes. That's a huge play from into the round. Gets himself a hat-trick, rapid spray down. And it's now just Eccles in a 1 versus 2. Oh, the timing! How has he been able to pull his gun out?
Look at the health points as well. Both players low, but Eccles, I don't think he expects Capers to be this far back. Or at least he shouldn't do, but Capers! He looks at the sky!
And accepts death with open arms. I have been waiting for this day. Take me.
He did everything right in that round up until that point. Very bizarre. And Stifmeister tie the score up 9-9. Fierce not able to get a buy round in again. They go for pistols. It's a very awkward round to lose.
Hector's, it's a huge opener. Aggression coming out as well, just leaps and bounds here between either side, Ben. Very messy round, all things considered, for Fierce, is the fact they only just went in with the deagle buy into this one, but they actually do keep it going. Hype from behind takes down Hector's, leaves them now back into a 2v2. Lincoln Co might have control of the site, but the round definitely isn't over just yet.
It's an awkward one for Hype, because you start thinking, 2v2, we can win it. But a part of you's thinking, but I could keep this open next round, I could not risk it. And the movement here implies he wants to reunite with his teammate, make sure it's actually a 2v2 rather than a 1v2 or 1v1. But Stifmeister, they're playing it so slowly, they're trying to see if Fierce would make the error themselves. However, with that noise, it guarantees it is towards A site at least. Hype going down pop, he's going to face aggressive as well. He gets the kill. Oh, that flash. So this is quite an interesting way of playing it, I guess. Splitting up fully. The bomb is actually on top of the train.
No, well, he's got it back, luckily.
Very fortunate he can stretch onto that one.
Yeah, got himself some of those extendo legs.
Like, very patient on this though, but time will be ticking. They do need to find the kill on Hype. Instead of holding that one side and just assuming he can be only towards the right hand side bomb, he gets picked off by Link. But Link gets shot on the side, so they actually do get this round. A round from nothing, as you mentioned, a very scrappy round though. Outside was just constant battles which were not clean in any way for Stifmeister. And he does keep the AWP as well, so that's a perfect round really, if you think about what they invested into it. So what was the fan mail?
The fan mail that wasn't fan mail.
Yeah.
It was another short story.
Yeah.
From Luzza.
Yeah.
This one's actually a real story, apparently.
Oh, real.
Yeah,
Yes.
real.
Yeah.
In quotes. From Michelle Froelich.
Luzza.
Yeah. Like it, Joe Ducky Loose, it was actually from. Who had a strange experience with her 2-year-old daughter. Went on to submit this to Movie Pilot.
Oh.
just in case.
Just in case you want a reference.
Anyone wanted to buy the story. Well, here we go. So Michelle Froelich had a strange experience with her younger daughter. When my daughter was 2, I found her twirling paper towel tubes tied with twine in the air. I assume that's like toilet paper rolls,
Yeah.
essentially, for the British audience. I asked her what she was doing, and she said she was practicing her nunchucks. I was very confused, as there's no way of knowing what they would have been. I mean, She might have watched it on TV. She could have seen Nunchuck before.
She could have had a Wii.
Yeah, there you go, see?
The Wii Nunchuck.
The Wii Nunchuck. I feel like the mums, you just kind of got ahead of herself there. There's no way of knowing what a Nunchuck was.
Yeah.
I was very confused. I asked her what she meant, and she said that Adam had told her how to make them, and he had showed her each night how to use them. She then went on to say that Adam told her to practice because someday she may need to know how to defend herself. I almost freaked out.
Almost.
Almost. She kept it together, luckily enough. But asked her what Adam looked like. She said he was tall, blonde, and had blue eyes. She said, "Mummy, you know how he looks. You know him. He died of a headache. I had to leave the room. You see, 4 months before she was born, my tall, blonde, blue-haired martial arts pro friend, who had died of a brain aneurysm at the age of 27, and she has not spoken of him since that day. I am not sure if I scared her with my reaction or if she has just completed her lessons." Ooh. My tall, blonde martial arts friend. Adam, of course.
How has she forgotten about her friend that easily, though?
I know.
Surely, like, what?
You know him, Mummy. You mean Adam, the martial arts extraordinaire?
My martial arts friend.
How did I forget? Died of an aneurysm just 4 months ago.
Nice boost, isn't it? Looks nice from our POV here.
It's quite a tasty one.
Unfortunately, Astra still not able to get on the board with this weapon. Just yet. Fierce is starting to look a lot stronger now as well. So that Molotov actually misses. Emin making the big play here. And unfortunately, Soulcast expects it.
Small play now.
Yeah,
Just a small play.
Sad.
Yeah, quite a sad one. Not looking good. They are being completely overthrown, Ben. They have been evicted. It is just hype that remains, and they're attempting to wallbang him. The Lithuanian lunatic not going to be doing anything too outrageous today, as he will fall back and just go for the save. But Soulcast looks to deny this.
He's certainly looking for it, but it depends on the timing, doesn't it? I don't think he knows he's gone up the stairs, but hype. Oh, good. They're right next to each other.
They're literally moments away. You should hear the
Hype
ladder.
hears him. No, he went down it silently.
Oh.
He's gone out all the way silently.
Oh, no.
If hype were to get onto the bomb site.
If he had
Use the
really long arms.
Oh, well,
oh he
yes.
was going for it. There's no time. There
He
is
was
time.
quite close to that, though.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I don't think he would have
Nearly.
got it, but
No.
it would have been awfully close.
That could have been scary.
Just imagine if he was slightly more proactive on the ninja attempts.
Yeah.
If he'd walked out, because Dom wouldn't have heard it until the tap.
What I like about that, by the way, is the fact that that was apparently a true story.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
I don't think.
I think she's lied.
I think she has lied there. She's like, what if I had a friend?
What if I had a friend who was blonde, tall, blue eyes, and a mixed martial artist? Adam, of course.
And had died.
Yeah. From
And
a
then I
brain
made
aneurysm.
my daughter,
Yeah, 2-year-old daughter.
who made some toilet paper nunchucks.
I just don't know where she would have got the idea from. How does she know about
It was a
nunchucks?
Seagal film.
You've been watching Steven again? She gets the slipper out. Mummy, no!
That is her slippers making them.
She makes a nunchuck slipper. Steven Seagal has to come in.
Stephen Adam Seagal.
He was the martial artist this entire time, Ben. Oh,
We found him out.
the ghost of Steven Seagal.
So this round was a 3v5 in favour of Stifmeister. Now it's a 1v3 in favour of Fierce. Hector's all alone. All the grenades in the world. Warp in hand. It's a very winnable round for him. But, you know, it's a big ask, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah. It is a pretty tall order. Let's see if Hector's can somehow start to chip away piece by piece and chisel back into the game here. Peering over towards the bomb train. Oh, it doesn't even take his time, Ben.
He's a bit eager, wasn't he? A bit eager. And if he got that kill, think about how different this round might be. Ooh.
Oh, this would already be a 1 versus 1 here, really. If we would have found that initial frag, just being toyed with as well, wasting so much time. You literally have no time. You have to push.
He actually
Shoots him in the
tagged him.
knees.
Yeah.
Kneecapped.
Through the metal. I guess. Like, although I'm not sure how much metal was in the way for that shot.
Just a little metal segment.
It's like one little pixel.
Oh, little segment of metal.
Little tiny pixel. Ooh. Right
It's
there.
true, actually.
So Stifmeister, they're resorting to this buy now, half buy. That was a round they most certainly should have won. 5v3. But it all fell apart, crumbled, very much like Jammy Dodger.
All over. Absolutely everywhere.
Everywhere.
Jammy Dodger in your pants for weeks.
The crumbs will be there for decades.
They live in my beard now.
You'll be growing a Jammy Dodger in there.
You plant them in there, and they grow into a Jammy Dodger tree.
It's deep root.
Ooh.
Oh, timing.
Emin, cutting down the Jammy Dodger tree.
That's 2 kills and a lot of information there, was the main thing there. But ultimately for Stifmeister, you're still thinking, what do we actually do? Because Astra does have armor, so you at least have that working for you there. I can't but feel like Dom should have a CZ though instead of the Deagle here. Just because he has head armor. Eccles having no armor at all, he's probably more likely to be able to get a kill with a Deagle than he is a CZ. They're resorting to A main, which it's all about the timing, I think. First man spotted, and here comes the push.
Oh, Solcast with the early entry, gets the opener off the back of the Deagle. Eccles as well, going to be able to punish. Takes down 2 and G. Fazan responds from the sidelines, but it's just 1 kill found with that M4. Leaves him in a 2 versus 2 here. Is they're going to be hard pressed now to see how this round will develop from this position. Eccles up close and personal, playing by the stop sign. Could try and go for a huge backstab, and Astro is fighting them. The full frontal assault coming through. Just depends on the timing. If he can toy with them long enough for Eccles to get behind, he should win the round for the T side. Oh no, he's gone down the wrong side of the train, but it still works out. Capers got overly eager, pushes through and goes down. And it's all up to Fazan now in a 1v2. Astro will get the kill, and it's a 12-11 scoreline. They're keeping it close.
I suppose they're trading rounds which each team should not be losing, I guess, right? And Fierce, look at the money that they've got. 1450 to 2250 range. It's not much there. And you can see they're trying to talk it out, but it looks like it's going to be a full eco. So it'll be a double eco, so they eco this one, they'll half by next one, leave some Deagles on the board, a Peter 50. And then they'll finally get a buy. So they're potentially admitting down to 13-12 in favour of Stifmeister here, scoreline-wise. I'm just not going to get that second taser kill again. The classic, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, wasn't it?
Fool me once, you can't get fooled again. That was the George W. Bush quote. There's a saying in Louisiana, might be in Louisiana, I think it's in Texas. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. Oh yes.
Oh no.
Oh Ben, there is some fooling.
Oh no.
Look at that tomfoolery.
Dastardly.
Dick Dastardly over there.
Muchly.
Just the wheeze.
So Son, he's going to hope to walk out here, I think. Because that's like the only play he can make other than saving this gun. I think saving it is a better call purely because you're on an eco again next round anyway. You can get armor with your AK for next round. But I think, did Eccles see him? Or did he just suspect that it might have been someone up there? I feel like this is a bit greedy from Son though. Should really be happy with just the gun out of this round, I feel. Yeah, so if he were to get Kevlar and like a kit, maybe a smoke flash, he would still be able to buy next round. And that gives quite a high chance of potentially winning the round too.
Yeah.
The kit being the primary thing there as well. Kevlar comes in, smoke, flash, and then kit. What? A kit. No kit.
No kit. No kit boy today, Ben.
Okay, so that does limit their chances, I feel.
This is rough. I mean, 5 rounds left as well of this matchup. As we're into round 25 now. Yeah, the early grenade damage actually transferring a fair bit on towards Eccles as well. Scrapes off about 40 HP from him, so he's not in too fantastic of a position. Oh,
that's a good kill. Very quick on the trigger, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a bold play though to try and go for that.
But Capers has been allowed to stay alive on upper though, so he could potentially delay this plant. But he goes for the AWPer instead. Doesn't get a chance to stop the plant. Interesting choice, I guess. But there you go. F-stand now, 1v4. Should be taking the back there. So as I said, they risked going down 13 to 12 to make sure they get a good buy in this round here. Well, you see the buy coming through. It's not even a fantastic one, really. When you think about what they could have had, really. Because some of the players bought too much last round, resulting in them not having full grenades.
Wow. 13 to 12. Is this just going to be the knock-on effect? I mean, if Stifmeister win this round, Ben, they might just roll straight through to close it down here, really have a 16-12 scoreline, potentially.
Play by Hype is hearing them trying to boost.
Oh!
Oh, I was going to say, I thought it was the player jumping on Link's head.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Emin. Should have been a big mow down there, but is instead going to be a throwdown, as he'll be traded out by Hector's for Zan as well, debating which angle to focus. Can't watch 2 angles at once. Goes down, no eyes in the back of his head, Ben. Even on the spookiest month of them all. Halloween.
I love the month of Halloween.
Halloween's a good month.
Yeah.
You know, January, February, Halloween, Christmas.
That's the order they go.
Yeah. There's only 4 of them.
Yeah,
and 2 of them are themed.
January, February, March, April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
May, summer, autumn, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas.
Yeah.
And then you got the month of New Year's as well. That's an interesting one.
You also have November 1st, which is obviously Hollowmas.
Sure.
It's the day after Halloween. Hollow Day. Let's go on a hollow day.
Sadoween. When it's all over.
No more tricks or treats. We should have TP'd each other, really. Get some toilet paper out.
I was going to say teleporting.
We need Jakey here. He's the master of TP.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember the streamers he was doing at Pro League?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Match point for Stifmeister though. They've been able to string a lot of rounds on that T side. Fierce haven't really had many buy-rounds available to them though, potentially taking a few too many risks when it comes to maximising their buy.
Oh, Hector's takes a ton of damage there. We're down to just 51 HP. Toot and G as well, going to find the follow-up kill. Takes down Eccles as he spams his way through him. There's only 4 players that remain now on the side of Stifmeister, Ben. This seems like Fierce Esports have unfortunately come down to the crunch. Maybe they can hold on for one more round, but Stifmeister, if they can pick this one up, it will be a 16-12 scoreline and a victory for them.
Yeah, Stifmeister, they still need to get into this round though. Certainly quite low, but Astro walking out. He could have the timing with Capers here. All depends if he's looking the right way, and Capers unfortunately does drop to it, but Emin trades it. On the other side of the map, Hector's gets taken by Hype, so it's a 2v4. It's not an unwinnable 2v4 by any means. But still rather difficult because it looks like they're heading towards outside, where it will be a 2v2.
Oh, 2G on the site. Goes for a flashbang over. Tries to hope that his teammates will actually rotate into assist him as well. Link with the timing. How's he even stayed alive there, Ben? Delves off, does go down, but we're now left with Solcas and a 1-on-3. Was technically the 1 versus 4. He gets the follow-up kill, but is traded back upon by Emin from the USP. So Fierce keep themselves alive. They are not content with losing the game.
See Stifmeister though, so much money in the bank for some of those players. Hector's at 16k, I believe. Dom had over 10k. Eccles had the same, he got 15k. So they've got the guaranteed buy round for the next 2, if they need it, of course. If they do win the next one of the next 2, they do win the match. Fierce looking to force overtime. And this is a classic fake the outside rush. Have one player actually push towards the sandwich smoke. He'll go through it soon. But I think Efsan's about to try and check it. Instead, he doesn't fully check it. If he would have checked that, he gets the free kill on Eccles, and that changes how this round might be perceived.
Eccles.
Oh, he doesn't check forward.
He doesn't clear it. I mean, Eccles could actually be so huge into this round. He's been detected, though, so finally Fazan will be able to re-aggress, but the counter pick is there. However, Hype keeps them nicely into the game. It's a nice little squat coming through as well.
A Slav squat.
That was really well executed as well.
Yeah. That's a 10.
That's a 10.
They have managed to get the bomb back, though. That was the awkward bit. The bomb went flying away. 3v4. Hector's makes it 3v3, though.
Oh, Hype. Not really in a position to do too much. Taken down by Hector's Soulcast as well. Going to burn Capers off to a crisp. Sends him off to the Burns ward. And it is all down to 2 and G. Will he be able to make a huge play into this round? Astro up top, left in a 1v1, finds the headshot. And Stifmeister will win the game. They find victory there over Fierce Esports. And that is going to be a tasty little pickup for them, Ben, to round out today's broadcast.
Yeah, it was on the map that you could argue Fierce should have probably had the advantage on, I feel. And they started off quite strong, but then they just couldn't quite keep a hold of the game. It just started going a bit too scrappy away from them in a way. And they had so many rounds gifted to them as well, right? It was some rounds that they probably should not have won. And the same thing was happening the other way. It was a really awkward game in terms of actual like CS. Some rounds which should not have gone the way they should have.